Hey guys, it's Sarah. I'm back at it again with another video. I know it's been a while. Every time I think I can start posting more, something crazy happens in my life, but I hope things will finally clear from here on. So today's topic is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. So there's millions of videos telling you how to manifest and attract money. The problem is, how does that work when you're feeling and experiencing the exact opposite? You're losing money, you're anxious, and you attempt to do something like listening to wealth affirmations. It may work or it may fail completely. And of course, this may start changing after a month or so, but in the immediate moment, that's not helpful because you're actively feeling the opposite. I don't ever want to be one of those tone-deaf people on the internet that just talks about how awesome and easy everything is while ignoring what's happening in the world. So of course, everyone's situation is different. But when I see a lot of people that are doing much worse and inflation isn't coming down, I just feel like I have to adjust what I'm talking about because I feel like that's more helpful. And just a little side note, I'm sick and tired of seeing this tone deafness with influencers, coaches, and people that make content in general. So it's a great time to talk about this. So today is all about breaking the negative cycle and stepping back into abundance. So the first step is to identify the pattern and clear the negativity. Now the good news is that there's a rhythm to life and really to everything. It's one of those natural laws in the universe. What goes up must come down. Examples of common bad cycles. A major negative event happens. Unexpected expenses draining your account. Your business is on the decline. Losing your job, getting your hours cut, your earnings are stagnant and expenses keep rising. And I think that's what's happening to a lot of people right now. What is happening at this point is you have bought into your own BS and accepted this reality. And you're focusing on lack and not having, stressing, not being enough, not having enough. It's never enough, right? You feel like you have less and less. The first step, if things are going downhill for you, is to slow down and breathe. Now I want you to reflect. When was the last time things were going well? What changed? What exactly is happening now? When did it start happening? And how does it make you feel? And that is your mindset, your energy, and your actions when things don't go the way you want them to. I want you to sit with all of that and see where you can identify. Sometimes it's actually a feeling from the past that is haunting you. I want you to just let it all out. You'll start feeling better after letting out the negativity. Now I want you to go back to the point in the recent past where you shifted from a better situation to this downward spiral. What was the trigger? A lot of the time, it's one thing: losing money, losing a deal, and getting upset about it, and then deciding that this is how it always goes for you. And from that point on, you're feeding your own emotions, your own energy, and you're actually feeding a negative thought form or some kind of jinx, and next thing you know, everything goes downhill. Now you keep losing money. Every time something else happens, you're feeding it again, and it keeps getting worse. If you can identify that point, good job, and you can shift all of that. I really recommend that you journal this all out and ask yourself why you doing badly with money has to be any more real than you doing well. At this point, it's up to you. If you just want to journal, if you want to do more stuff and purify yourself, you can also write down all the stuff that's bothering you and then go burn it. I think burning paper is fine. If you want to say prayers or take a salt bath with mint and lavender, because that has a cleansing effect, or if you want to just cleanse your space with incense and meditate and burn white candles and really tune into this purifying energy and make it a ritual, go ahead, that's very good. Mentally, you have to kind of let go of that negativity and you have to put a mental cut and decide that the bad cycle is over. Next is how to actually change it. We got to do some reframing. By now, you have let out all the negativity and you found the starting point. Next, we have to reframe and shift your energy so that you can be back on the upward cycle. I want you to look at what beliefs were connected to what was happening when things went bad and how it made you feel. Then question all these beliefs and reframe. Here's an example. Your car breaks down. Fixing it costs you $700. You're annoyed, you pay the money, you have a slow month of business, and you're still mad about that extra expense. You're starting to panic. What if you're left with nothing? You think to yourself, you can never catch a break, there's never enough, you're destined to struggle. And those are a bunch of limiting beliefs. Now you go belief by belief and you ask yourself, is this true? Why do you think this is true? What if this wasn't true? And now you go ahead and you disprove these beliefs. Find examples of why this isn't true. And then you reframe them into empowering beliefs. Examples would be, I am enough and I always have more than enough. have come so far and I can go even further. I can do even better. Then it's on you to really shift the energy and to embody that new frequency. And again, this is the more spiritual part of that. This is actually something that I came up with myself. I haven't heard anyone else talk about this. There are a bunch of ways you can tune into money energy, but I'm not even gonna talk about them right here, because what I'm about to tell you works especially well when you're trying to shift from a downward cycle into a better one. So the key is using memories. I want you to sit down and remember all the times in your life where you were doing better with your finances. Even if you've never done well in your life, I'm sure there were moments where someone gave you money, you got paid more than expected, you got gifted something. It doesn't matter how small these successes are, it's about the feeling. If there was a time where you were better off, even if that means that your income was the same but your bills were lower and you had more spending power, that still works. Now I want you to go there mentally. I want you to feel into it. What were you doing differently? What were your beliefs at the time? Spend as much time there as you want. Eventually, I want you to write down, if it was possible then, it's possible now. You were making more money, you can do it again now. I want you to really hammer that in until you feel it. Just remember, there's usually a delay in what shows up in your reality. So if it doesn't immediately change, don't freak out. It's like driving on the highway. If you were going the wrong way, you have to first exit, drive a little detour, get on the right way, right? The law of rhythm is a real thing. Life happens in cycles, but nothing is stopping you turning it around again. Now, as always, like and subscribe if you found this helpful. I'll see you in the next video.